But don't you ever, ever, ever let him change the person you were before him. Strong, confident, happy, and fully open to love. With a light that no monster can burn out. Embrace your glory. You found your rainbow, and today it might be black, but the colors are starting to shine through. Oh, yeah!
This little gallery with a show by Karen, her work, and the show went really, really well. I was told that it wouldn't go well because of the subject matter. It's very dark, but to our surprise, not only did we have about 60 people here, we also sold about 2 or 3 pieces that night. And so I realized that there were people on this mountain who were interested in something other than bears, mountains, and flowers. So I started talking to Karen. I knew she wrote a lot of things, and I had read a few of her pieces, and was very impressed because they were very New York underground spoken word type things. And I thought, wouldn't it be cool to have a, you know, a edgy kind of spoken word show, and in Ottawa, because we generally just have poetry readings and, you know, open mics, and you never know what you get with that. But this was going to be, my idea was to have a show with arcs, emotional arcs, story arcs, based on what I initially was going to call it was Damaged Goods. But of course, Karen, being Karen, she came up with a much better title called Broken Pieces, and which I just fell in love with right away. And basically, Broken Pieces is just about self-reflection of things that have either happened to you or things that you've gone through, and so it had to be very personal.
Hello, everybody.
Hi,
Karen. Thank you, everyone, for coming tonight. I know this is a bit of an unconventional performance that we do here, and so I appreciate all you brave, daring people that have decided to come out and see what this is all about. It is a choice I make for them, a choice that is best for them. But for this fleeting moment, when you dance with me, let me pretend that someone else wants to be strong for me. Even if only for this song, this dance, this moment. Please let me be Cinda-fucking-rella.
Yeah.
Something for me. And I gave him some slack, in other words. And I think maybe seeing the example of these other men had softened my feelings toward my dad. And so I eventually fell asleep, and a few hours later, I woke up and the blizzard, and the house was shaking from this blizzard, but I felt safe inside my bag and the 2 cats next to me, and I turned off my kerosene lamp and I went to sleep.
There's a connectedness among a lot of the people up here. And so we start to think, I think, more about the people kinds of things than the mechanical distractions of living on the flatlands. And, so that's a unique thing up here, is that we develop an interest in non-flatland things like shopping and always having to go somewhere. You know, we're content to sort of sit around and talk about things and get to know each other. That's what I like about it.
Once you're here, it's not really about the money anymore. It's about, can you just stay? So as long as you can pay the bills, you know, you're happy, or I'm happy. So healing, yeah. I'm not chasing the gigs as much as I used to. Not only because there aren't as many opportunities up here, but I'm also not chasing the gigs because the money part has become secondary. What's become primary is staying in Idlewild. So, you know, I tell people, like, if you have to live in Southern California, Idlewild's the place. I mean, we don't even have our own stoplight.
Idlewild is this really wonderful town. It's beautiful, it's in the middle of nothing but cities, and it's just this wonderful mountain paradise. And it's very hard to find, but once you're here, it's very hard to leave. And it's quite beautiful, and it's packed full of some of the most brilliant talent I've seen in Southern California since I've been here.
All the odds are here in my favor. Something's bound to begin.
The hill either loves you or it spits you out. And that's just, most of us, the hill loves, thank goodness. Those of us who have made it up here for more than 4 years. It's home.
Maybe this time I'll
I was missing my people, you know, the kinds of people. I mean, I'm a first generation punk rocker kind of guy. And there weren't a lot of people up here that I saw that were like that, except one day I went to the coffee shop and I saw a girl with purple hair. And I went, oh, I have to say hello to her. And well, it ended up being Karen. And the rest, shall we say, is history. Her and I have been working together now for a couple of years, did the show with her, you know, doing Broken Pieces with her. She's an absolutely wonderful, brilliant woman and has something to say. And then by initiating that relationship with her, it turned out that there was a lot more people like that in town that really didn't rear their heads. And so once we started to do this kind of stuff, they started to appreciate it and started coming out. And I lovingly call them the core. And anybody, you know, anybody can be the core. As long, and so yeah, now I finally have been able to, you know, see that Idlewild does have as cosmopolitan underground kind of artists as anywhere else. So it's not just, you know, paintings of Keats Rock and the same tree over and over. There are artists up here, so I'm really grateful for that. And Karen was the beginning.